Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spinner Rack. I'm here with my boys Petey and Kyle. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Ready rock.
Hey, today we're talking about Reacher 2. Oh my goodness, Reacher 1 was off the chain, man. Let's see what this is gonna show us. Selector, hit it. I mean, you gotta love Reacher, bro. I mean, Lee Childs wrote him, did a fantastic job on him. Not knocking our boy Tom Cruise, but dude, this dude embodies Reacher. He's who it is. He's kick-ass. He is the man himself. Off this trailer, what are you guys thinking? I'm passing it on to Cal. Cal, give me a heads up what you think. I mean, if you agree with me, just grunt, and that's enough.
I don't know. Not sure about this one. It looks very much in the same vein of the first one, which would be in the same vein of the Tom Cruise films. Where again, we're given a scenario. Reacher comes in, not too much different than the first one. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not sure how this plays. I mean, you could really have an audience that just wants to see him go through the paces again. Might want to see something a little bit different. I'm not really getting that. I like the fact that they're going, especially with a lot of stuff now that decides, hey, we're going to try to reinvent the wheel like every time we do the series and forget what people like. But I'm not certain what's the draw on this one, on this particular season.
PD, what's your take, bro?
I
Hopefully,
enjoyed
you have a
it.
better point of view than the madness we just heard from.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
It's definitely looks like it's gonna be some fun. I guess one of the things that's funny that I think in the movies because like in any sort of novel series they collect characters and it comes like a family. And
Right.
after doing the second movie, they were like, "Well, we started the family too soon." So here we're showing that we're gonna only people we have as specialists, and we're gonna get rid of some of those families, so he has less and less connections. So I think it's gonna be fun and a lot of action, and then have some story wrapped around it, which they had last time. So yeah, more Reacher for me, definitely.
Dude, I mean, look, you're right. I didn't think of it like that. You had a very good point that they start usually tell us the story of the family from before, and here they jump him right in the middle, and now we're finding out his background. This is actually, I think, the 10th or 11th book from
Mhm.
um from the guy who Lee Childs
Each
about
other.
Richard. So you're like, whoa, what the heck? I mean, 11th is when you finally start finding out even more about who he is and the people that he's around, and the fact that now they're being hunted, and what's behind it. So clearly, if everybody in the group is being hunted, there's somebody in their shared past or somebody that they crossed that is probably going after them. So I think it's going to be definitely pretty good going forward. Was that the actor from
Teen Titans.
Bad Guy from
Oh, you talking about the T2? Talking
yeah,
about
T2? What's
Robert
his name?
Patrick.
I mean, talk about being typecast, man. Dude, every time I see him in the show, it's always like, damn, he's bad. There's no question about it.
He's just a very serious guy. Like I think he kind of really takes everything. There's only I think Sopranos where he got to play like a bad gambler, and like where he was like he didn't look like he was dangerous there. There's a couple of and then what's that thing? What's that thing? What's that thing called? The one about what's his name? The musician. I forget the with Joaquin Phoenix, where he played Joaquin's father in the movie. He was just like the father didn't really accept what he was doing. Uh,
Right.
The Ring of Fire movie. Yeah, that's
I
it.
didn't see that, so yeah, I'll knock out that one. But yeah, I mean, hey, it looks good. I think I definitely want to watch it. I mean, last one was extremely enjoyable. I'm hoping this is the same thing. The guy walks around with just what his ATM card, doesn't even have a phone to boot, and he's just kicking people's butt. He's totally like a force of nature, man. Um, though, just as a side note, I was talking to somebody, and they pointed out, and T Money, you should have caught this. I blame you because you didn't catch this. Do you know that actor? He was in damn, what's his name again? The actor from sorry, what were
What
you
that he
saying?
was in Smallville and that he was in Smallville and played Aquaman?
Wrong. He was in Smallville and he was Aquaman, one of the top guys there. I mean, like, come on, man. How you not say that before, bro? I'm
I just said
shocked.
it. I said it the
You know?
last time.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll have to go back to the tape. Selector will have to prove that. But dude, he is like massive, bro.
All you need is Nightwing. Somehow Nightwing was tougher than than Hawk. But anyway,
You know what? That is true. Nightwing was
no,
kind of tough.
that was really weird to me watching that.
But
Like,
but you know what? He was always concerned about Dub, so that may be why he was tempered, and Dub was tempering him.
he had to save Robin Nightwing had to save both of them, which was I was like, I don't. This is really off the rails for me.
Hawk and so we're talking about Hawk and Dove. He's also the actor from Hawk and Dove in the Titans, and I think that was what got him the role for this, right? For Reacher, because people said, "Hey, he has a look," and so I think that's one of the reasons he got it, or you know. But
Well,
hey,
it
just
doesn't.
wrapping.
I
Sorry.
mean, going back into what he's supposed to look like, it doesn't. Ultimately in acting, it doesn't really matter because you had, Minority Report. Tom Cruise didn't look nothing like the guy in the original short story. What they had in the beginning of the short story is an exact description of older, bald, and heavy set guy. So then you have the same with American Made, where that character was nothing like the real character, and that's a real story. So, the fact that they decided that, hey, we're gonna be in an uproar because of Jack Reacher was, just a side note. But it made money. Then the second one, didn't. But they, at the same time, people were like, so see. But the first one made money. I think they're still loosely in the production wise. I didn't look at the credits anymore. They might have left, but they probably, I know they had a little bit of ties with the first series. So, it's still the same production team. I think Don Granger was the one behind the first one, so he might still be. So
Yeah, I mean, didn't McQuarrie wasn't he involved in the first in Reacher?
he was involved with the rewrite and production, but like a smaller credit because he worked with the guy Don Granger. But Don Granger wanted McQuarrie to rewrite it, and McQuarrie didn't really expect Tom Cruise to accept him as a director because even though they worked together, he was like, Tom Cruise is he's worked with Spielberg to Kubrick. So who was it? Tom Cruise said yes. They moved forward, and then I think who's the name? Macquarie's joke is when they finished the film before they released it. Said the distributors looked at it and said, "Where are the fighting robots? Like, what is this movie you got here?" He's like, "Oh, this is you guys just made a little movie. It's just it'll be good to have a movie with Tom Cruise. We already got the Mission Impossible doing well. It's good to have another movie with him out." So that's when they were like they were all for it, but and they somehow came in under budget, so
Always a good thing in Hollywood.
they kept it under wraps. But yeah, I mean, that's the first directorial thing they did together. I'd have to look at the credits to see that, but
I'm looking at the credits right now, and if you want me to share it to you, I can see. But they have, you're right, Don. What was this, you said the name?
Granger,
Don Granger, executive producer. Lee Childs, executive producer. Christopher
yeah,
McQuarrie, executive producer. So
yeah. So they're still involved. This is still the same team, and the fact that you didn't get that, the script was around for a while, the money for it was around for a while, but at the same time, it doesn't get done without Tom Cruise, that thing to get it off the
yeah,
ground. So
how do you have so many How do you have so many executive producers? Who's really in charge? That's the question. I mean, I know
well,
people just put their names on stuff, but I mean, who really is in charge?
Don Granger, obviously, Lee Childs is less so because he couldn't say no to Tom Cruise. So, but he's got a big stake in it. Probably put a little, helped him out with a little more money back. So depends. It could be that you helped them out for one day. You got them a couple of things, or you were there all the time. Or you're like David Chase on the what's the name? I sent you you're the host.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. I mean, that's cool. So, listen, guys, we're all happily anticipating this new show. Any questions? Cal, are you quaking your boots to watch this?
No.
That's a yes. All right. Spinner rack.
Out.